I believe most of us start thinking seriously about our mortality if we're fortunate enough to watch our parents grow into their 80s or even their 90s. And if there was ever a time we needed our faith to comfort us, it's when we have to watch mom or dad face the end of their life here on earth. This is a personal experience for me and Dad.
Open your eyes, your prize is right before you somehow. Whatever you do, just don't miss now.
It all started for Dad with a bad knee replacement that got infected and spread throughout his body. On top of that, he was diagnosed as a transfusion-dependent anemic, which means he needs blood transfusions every week in order to keep up his strength. And if that's not enough, he blew a hole in his colon and needed emergency surgery. Now I want you to picture a 6'4", 300-pound offensive lineman, full scholarship in college for shot put and discus, a masonry contractor who would lift hundreds of pounds for 12-hour days in the hot Arizona sun, suddenly confined to bed for almost 2 years, down 100 pounds. That would have done me in. How about you? Not this guy. He comes from hardy stock, a long line of Arizona ranchers, and his dad, a decorated war veteran, 6 Purple Hearts and Medals of Valor, and one of the founders of the Special Forces known as the Green Berets. So I think you can understand why my dad, Ben Riggs, would not take any of this lying down.
How did you get through that? How come you just didn't give up?
Well, that's not me. I'm a Riggs. I don't quit. You know, once you're wounded, you got to heal.
Mm-hmm.
He told me there was no problem. It was going to take an hour and a half surgery to hook me back up. And it took him 7 hours and a specialist 2 more hours to do it.
I didn't know how you were able to get up every day and just keep going.
Well, you have to, Stephanie. You just don't die. You just don't lay down there and say, screw it. Hell, I got you and Julie and Amy and Mom. I mean, I got some pretty important people that I'm living for, and I want to be there and see you guys and do stuff with you guys. And I want you guys to all say, what's wrong with him? I like hearing that. I like that stuff. It's my family. I just love you guys.
Well, I know this. What I learned from your experience is you are one tough guy.
Well, that's what the doctor said. When I was there getting ready to go into all this stuff, and that diverticulitis wasn't as bad as that damn E. coli infection I had in my hernia. That was what was killing me, and that's what became septic. And the next morning at 7:30, I was in surgery, and that's when he called up Mom. He says, he may not make it through this. He's septic. He's very weak. That's when I had to learn to walk all over again. I couldn't stand up. My legs were shriveled up, arms, nothing. Oh, it was bad. I'll tell you what. I couldn't have done it without Mother because she really, really, really does care about me. She's kind, and sometimes I drift into the little feel sorry for me, pathetic, trying to get pity, and she has no tolerance for that stuff. So that doesn't work. I had to change my plan of attack with that. I'll tell you what, she's just wonderful. She really is caring, and I love her with all my heart. She's so good to me. I'm not kidding you. There's nothing I can ask her that she doesn't go out of her way to get me. And she makes me the best breakfast you could ever have every morning. She really loves me. I know that. And I feel very, very fortunate. I have friends in high places.
You do, because I know you've been praying.
I do. I pray for you guys every single day.
You sound like you're doing great. You sound like your mind is right. You sound like you've got a good team. It's going to be a totally different story this time around.
Well, you're a very important part of this good team, Stephanie Ann Riggs. You're a very important part of it. Seriously, I'm not kidding you guys. I pray twice a day for every one of you because I love you so much and I don't want anything to ever happen bad to you guys.
Well, Dad, we love you and we pray for you because we would be nothing without your support and love.
I love that, and I like to hear that kind of stuff, but I want you to know that I think God listens to prayers. And if a lot of prayers come in, he goes, oh, well, I better be good to this guy. These people seem like they want him to get better. So then if you pray too hard, he says, wait a minute, this must be a pretty good guy. I'm going to bring him up here. And I go, oh, no, I don't want to go yet. The biggest lesson that I've learned here is that there are people in this world that are committed and dedicated to the well-being of other people, and they're called nurses and doctors. Family is first and foremost. But when the family is doing everything they can through their prayers and their love, those people that have committed their lives to being caregivers are truly angels.
Let me ask you something. How do you want me to pray for you?
Just pray for me to get healed, and this be the last time I have to go in there and deal with my belly. Just have all that healed up so I can go on with my life.
I think you're going to be fine, because why would God keep you here still? I mean, you've made it this far.
I know. Well, we'll see. Hey, I want to be around. Let's put it that way. I really want to be around you guys. Okay, sweetheart. I love you.
I love you too, Dad. Okay, I'll talk to you. I will be praying for you, and I'll talk to you before your surgery again.
I love you.
I love you more.
As you just heard, my dad's first surgery did not go as planned, requiring a second attempt to reconstruct his bowels 5 months later. And this is where faith and prayers paid off.
You did it.
I did.
He did it. All right, so how do you feel?
I feel very tender in my stomach, but I feel very good about where I'm going to be in a month from now.
Where's that going to be?
California.
With Mom.
And healing takes a process, and this is nothing compared to the previous surgeries. This is a manageable. It has a very minor, like a 4 or a 5 on the pain threshold, and I stay ahead of it with medication. I just tell the nurses, and they come in and fill my port with a little bit of medicine.
So is it safe to say all of our prayers were answered?
All of your prayers were answered as far as I'm concerned, because the doctor didn't even know if he was going to be able to do it.
I know it. It's a miracle.
It is.
We love you so much.
Well, I love you right back. I'm so fortunate to have...
Do you want to take your mask off and give him a kiss?
I'm so fortunate to have daughters like you and Julie and Amy. And I'm more fortunate to have their mother.
Mom is the videographer. And here's the thing. I have to do this. Mwah.
I am so grateful for all of the prayers, and especially to God for letting us win this battle. But I know that there are going to be more challenges coming down the road, and that's where faith really comes into play. Because while my mom and dad will both take their last breaths, just like I will and you will, that's not the end of our lives. That's just the end of our lives on earth. We get to go on for all of eternity, thanks to our faith in Jesus Christ. And truly, at the end of the day, isn't that our divine calling? To share that message of hope?
Just